Hi, by the way. Hey guys. I couldn't see. It doesn't tell me how many viewers I have. I don't know why. Like, it just says 0 viewers. But hi, if you're here. I thought I'd start the stream earlier today because I have been enjoying trading pre-market at the moment. So yeah, why are these not interval? That's what I need. There we go. They are not on the same interval. There we go. So yeah, I've been trading pre-market quite a lot, so I thought I'd just start streaming in case I do take a trade, because I don't want to like take a trade now and then get to market open and not want to trade because I've already taken one, you get me? So yeah, that's the current vibe. Bye. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, I bought 2 accounts with your code. When are you next doing giveaway? So I'm going to be doing a giveaway tomorrow on stream. And I'm trying to organize one on my Instagram as well. So if you just send me your order confirmations, like I'll put you extra entries into the next giveaways that I have. But I'm definitely having one on Friday, so I'll put you some in there. But if I do end up having an Instagram one, then I will also put you some into that as well. So yeah, just send me a DM on Instagram or Discord and I will sort it out for you. So my current thoughts on the situation. So we've just taken London high on NQ. We took it a while ago on ES. So I did try to short and manage to get break even, as I thought that SMT would hold. But it turns out we want to come and fill in this gap that we have, which has been sat here for a little while. So I want to see us fill part of this gap and then potentially have a reaction out of maybe the midpoint, I'm thinking. Because we have some really nice draws below us. I'm definitely bearish. I'm no longer looking for buys now that we've swept out London high. We have London low, we have midnight open, and we also have Asia low. So yeah, and we do have equal lows Asia low, which is a very nice like final target for the day, I guess. So yeah, that's nice to see. As you can see, ES is a little stronger. ES is nearly a quarter of the way into this gap, whereas NQ is kind of only just starting out. ES did sweep London at around 7:15 New York time. So yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see some sort of reaction out of one of these fib projections is my idea of what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I've been using fibs a lot lately in my trading. They've been really helping me kind of understand where it's going, why it's turning around there, that type of thing. Hey Alan, your shift doesn't start for another 35 minutes, but I just thought I'd live stream early because why not? What is true day open? True day open is midnight open, so it's the like what price we're at midnight. I don't know why it's called true day open, to be honest. Like, it's just midnight open. I don't really understand. I don't really understand why that is the case, but anywho. I am trying to hold on. What is this barcode, guys? Did you trade yesterday? I did trade yesterday. I didn't have a successful trading day yesterday. I took a loss, but thankfully it was a valid. One of the losses was valid. One of them I would have said was just me being an idiot. I'm really trying to work on patience and not just like jumping the gun and actually waiting for the A+ setups, which I think when you start out, like everyone tells you to do that when you're a beginner, right? But I didn't know what an A+ setup was when I was a beginner. But now that I've kind of really worked on and focused on the same strategy without strategy hopping, you figure out what is an A+ setup, what is not an A+ setup. So yeah, that's why I'm really trying to work on patience. Yesterday I did not display patience and it made me realize I need to fucking change something. So I'm really locking in on my psychology. I've been watching lots of, I don't know how you pronounce his name. I think it's Randy Howell. the trading psychologist, you've probably have seen him. He's like the old guy who has like nature backgrounds on his psychology videos. He's so cute. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of him, trying to like really take in his lectures, like taking notes, like trying to really take this shit more seriously. Because obviously I've always taken trading seriously, but like it's one thing. The thing is, it's hard to admit to yourself that you need to change something when you're putting in a lot of hours. But just because I was putting in a lot of hours doesn't mean that I was putting in quality hours, you know? So that's something I'm really trying to work on. I'm really trying to like take this shit more seriously, and I was taking it seriously in the sense that I would put a lot of time into charts, but take it seriously, treating it like a business. Like I'm watching lectures on how to improve, I'm taking notes, I'm backtesting my trades and tracking the data properly as if I had to show that shit to a boss. Like I just wasn't doing that. All of my notes were sloppy and unorganized. I would backtest, but I would backtest and not really track my data properly so that I couldn't refer back to it. Like everything's so sloppy. I wasn't treating it professionally, which is now what I'm really, really trying to do. And I've realized that I have to do if I want to make it. Like there's people out here who are trying way harder than me. So I don't know why I expect to like see consistency when there's people doing so much more than me. So yeah, that's my little rant of the day, I guess. I am trying to hold on. I'm wide awake. Running for the bus is L aura. Yeah, that is so fucking true. You always treated it seriously. You're the most transparent trader in the space. I'm definitely transparent, but I don't think I wasn't putting in the work like I wanted to. You gotta work smarter, not harder. Smarter, not harder with trading, which is something I've learned the hard way. Like, because I was quite academic in school, like I was like a straight A student pretty much. Like I thought that the more hours you put in, the better results you'll see, but it's just not true. If you're working smart, you can put a few hours in a day and see results so quickly, but I just didn't get that. Like you have to put in focused, non-procrastination like work, like deep focused work. Like you can do 3 hours of that per day with trading and see fucking success. But I was just doing hours and hours of stupid, useless work where I'm not taking notes, I'm not tracking my data. I was just on FX replay for hours and hours and not tracking anything and trying to get that dopamine hit from getting a win to make myself feel better, you know? I am trying to hold on. Has anyone seen people do that on TikTok? Everyone's harmonizing with Katy Perry. It's great. How's Hannah doing? She's okay. She's struggling a little bit with trading in the sense that she has like been forced to basically switch to trading PM session, and it's thrown her off a lot, which I completely understand because I changed from trading PM session to AM session, and she's done the completely opposite route. She's gone from AM to PM, and it's really thrown her off, and it threw me off when I moved to AM. 100%, it really threw me off. So I feel for her, I really do. I understand how it is, because if you kind of start out trading on one session and you kind of learn everything about that session, because the thing with AM session is there's kind of more bits and bobs to it that you can use as confluences than there is in PM session, I think. And especially at the moment, PM session has not been very clean. Like if we just look, oops, Asia has been so clean recently. Like London was like, there's some sort of directional move, but not really. To be fair, Asia was pretty sloppy last night, but as you can see, like PM, like there was a constant like uptrend, but it is just super sloppy. Like you could so easily get like chopped up into this. Like, what is this? We just have like an hour straight of consolidation. Let's go back another day. Very clean Asia. Yeah, like what is this? You could so easily get chopped up in that, whether you're long or short, you know? So yeah, it's tough at the moment. So I've been trying to tell her that from my own experience, you don't have a proper perspective of the market if you don't feel comfortable trading at any time of the day. Like you should come you should be able to come onto the charts at any time and be able to have a go at telling you where it's going. And if your like mind is saying, I don't know, it's probably a chance that it's high resistance conditions. Like that should be the only time where you don't know where it's going. So I was trying to tell her that she's trying, like, it's almost like if trading a different session throws you off, then in the session that you used to be trading, you were probably pattern trading. You were probably spotting patterns rather than actually thinking, okay, it makes sense for the market to go here, you know? And that's what I was doing during PM session. Like I was like pattern. I was trying to spot a pattern, and like it works to some extent, but it's not an edge. And that's what I was like trying to explain to her, because I went through the exact same thing when I switched from PM to AM. Like it's hard when you're like set on a time zone, because obviously with AM session you often have data wicks that you can target. You have the 9:30 AM high and low to target. You have the opening range gap. I mean, I don't think she used the opening range gap, but and it's like the typical things that you see on TikTok, they're still open for targets, like London high, London low, Asia high, London low. Like they're usually in close proximity to target. So I think she was just struggling to understand, where's my draw on liquidity? I'm not used to this type of price action. And PM session is also so much slower than AM. Like it will feel like watching paint dry. So I feel like I had the advantage when I switched, because I went from low volatility to high volatility, whereas I think going the other way around, you can easily get chopped up, because I think if you see a big candle, you think, okay, right, I'm ready to go, and you can just get manipulated so easily. So it's taking her a while to adjust, but I'm trying to like get her to say, you need to go into your charts at loads of different times of the day and figure out why it's going where it's going, like no matter what time. Like time should not matter to you. So yeah. Tell her to focus on trading over uni. So if she was at any other point in her life, like I would agree. But the problem is she is in final year of uni at a really good university. Like she has a grad role lined up, which obviously she doesn't want to do that full time, right? It's not the full plan. And everybody knows that, but you can't learn to be consistent with trading without an income source. Some sort of stability is just not feasible at all. So she has to carry on as if she's not trading. She has to prioritize uni right now, because it means that she will have a stable income so that she can continue learning. Because if you don't have a stable income, your psychology is at such a massive disadvantage. So yeah, that's my 2 pence anyways. I like this rejection from the consequent encroachment of this unfilled gap that we had. I like that. I think that's clean, and it's also a rejection out of negative 2.5 of this manipulation leg. So yeah, I do like that. I'd want to see a little bit more confirmation. We still do have 40 minutes before market open. I definitely would not want to be like still have risk available at market open, but I would be happy to take some sort of position as long as we're break even before 9:30 for sure. Or I'd want it to be, I'd want it to have been taken profit before then, but yeah. I do like that rejection out of negative 2.5. I do think that's pretty clean. Sorry guys, I'll respond to someone asked me a question about gold. I'll respond to it in just 1 minute. I'm just kind of watching right now. Wide awake. I do like this, because if we look at the sort of higher time frame perspective, like let's go maybe like the 3 minute will be clean here. Like we have this accumulation, like from like here to here, we have an accumulation. I want to just turn that off for a minute. So yeah, we have this. Let's do this in a different color. We have this like accumulation. We've broken out of the accumulation, swept London high, rejecting from negative 2.5 of a manipulation leg, and now we seem to be breaking down. So I do like it. Not 100% convinced yet. I want to see, like, I want to get in on some sort of continuation leg. Like, I'm not trying to pick the top. Like, I want to be sure. This is my only problem with pre-market, is when we have some sort of news, not that the unemployment claims did anything today, but when we have any sort of news, it tends to move pretty sloppily. But on the days that we don't have like 8:30 a.m. news, it does move quite clean. I mean, there was a move here up to London high, which was very nice, to be fair, but this is where I tried to short on this rejection from -2 and I got a break even, but that's okay. I thought our SMT may hold, but we do have so many stacked equal lows also below us here. We've got these equal lows here. As you can see, we've got these equal lows on ES, these equal lows. We've got a ton. These equal lows. Yeah, we have a lot. Those. Yeah, we have a lot of equal lows on ES today. It's fun. Let's draw this out. I am personally bearish on the day, but we may want to fill this gap. So, yeah. But I do think these draws below us are very, very clean. And this is so clean. Equal lows at Asia low is nice. Nice. Yeah, we have a ton of sell side draws on us. Unless we do want to go to all-time highs. Who knows? 4 minutes till this 15-minute gap closes. I want to see how we react off that. Definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely bearish, but not very good at, like, you know, the move like at market open where it just like tanks to like 5 different draws on liquidity. I'm not very good at getting involved in those. Like, they kind of panic me. Like, this is why I've enjoyed pre-market a lot, because it's a lot slower. It gives you a chance to actually think about what the fuck you're taking, and I feel like there's less room for mistakes trading pre-market. I am trying to hold on. I'm wide awake. Okay, we haven't rebalanced either of these legs. I am trying to. That is very nice. I'm interested in shorts, but I'm not certain because of this gap. If we don't invert this gap now, then we may invert it at like 9:15, and I'm not trying to get involved in any sort of position at 9:15. Like, if I'm gonna take a short, like, it needs to be within the next like 5 minutes. So maybe we'll have to wait for market open. I don't know, but this huge wick. We'll see. It has 2 minutes to invert. I've seen it. I'm not confident that it's gonna happen, but you know. How many points is this retrace? I'm kind of interested in having a stab at shorts. I don't know. I'm interested, but that's just a very nice reaction of everything, isn't it? It really is. I'm interested. Like, I do have room for 2 losses today. Because I only lost $80 this morning. Because basically what happened, I recorded it, you'll be able to see it later. Was I do something like that. How was that in the grand scheme of this? Yeah, I'd prefer like that. Yeah, I do kind of want to just give it a whirl because I do have room for 2 losses and I do like this. I really like that rejection. So I'm gonna just see. Oh no, why has it come back down? Why have you come back down? I want to just give it room to trade back up to 0.79 if we need to. I have, how much? I want to risk like 200 on the day. So let's do a little element. Have to be something like that, honestly. It would have to be something like that. If we even get filled. If we even want to get filled. So my entry is at 0.5 of this leg, but I'm giving it room to retrace to 0.5 of the full thing if it needs to. We are going to go short here. Want it to respect 0.5 or 0.62, which is why my stop is above 0.79. I'm willing to give a stab at it because I've only lost $80 on the day, and I allow myself to take 2 trades. So I allow myself to take 2 losses, so a total of $400 across like 2 different fundeds. Like I've taken this on one funded, and then I'll take it on another trade if I want to take one. So I have room to kind of give this a stab. I like the setup, following my model. So yeah, I'll be happy if this loses. That's all I can do. I'm gonna put ES on this side so I can monitor, because ES has been creating a hella amount of equal highs and lows at the moment, so I just want to monitor it does that, because yeah, we don't like that. The only thing I'm gonna turn the chat off right now. I want you guys to remember when you're trading, like if you're someone who shares your trades on social media, I want you to remember that if people are commenting on your losses, whether it's in like a Discord community or whatever, like wherever you like to share your trades, if people are commenting on your loss, only you know whether a loss is a good loss. And this is why I find it silly when people comment on other people's posts where they're sharing their trades and say, oh, you should have done this. Only that individual knows that the full outlines and the conditions of their model on that particular trade. Only that person knows that, unless they've shared their full like trading notebook with you and you've read it and analyzed it, and which like there's no way people do that. Like only they know if it's a good loss, right? So if they're saying this was a valid loss, I followed my rules, I did this, I did that, then you just have to take their word for it. Even if they're lying to themselves, like you don't know, right? Only I know whether this is a valid loss or not. And if this loses, like I am completely okay with, like I came into the day saying I'm bearish after we sweep London high. We've swept London high. I have a rejection out of negative 2.5, which is what I wanted. So I'm happy. That's all I can do for myself. All I can do for myself. I've really been getting into my psychology at the moment, guys. Like, I feel like I came into trading and I was like, I told myself that I wouldn't really need to work on my trading psychology. And the reason for this is not particular. I mean, there's obviously a bit of ego involved, but it's because in the past, like I've really, really worked on self-development. Like before I even started trading, like I was so into self-development. Like I have read every self-development book under the sun pretty much. Well, I haven't, but because I'm discovering new ones. Like I'm reading one at the moment, which is insane. I'll talk about it a little bit later if anyone's interested, because it's genuinely like one of the most amazing books ever. Let me just move that. That's not quite correct, is it? Here we go. But I'd read loads of self-development books. I had like I'd done meditation. I've literally kept a personal like development journal since I was like 15. Like I used to write down any of my problems, like self-reflections, how I think I can improve, like yearly goals. I've done that since I was 15 years old and I'm 21 right now, nearly 22. Like I have like 15 stacked notebooks of like how I want to develop as a human being, like how I want to become my best version of myself. Like I worked on myself even before I started trading. So I think I came into trading thinking the psychology bit, like I'm not going to need to work on, like I've got that in the bag, I've sorted it. And I think I've never really heard people talk about the fact that trading psychology is so much more than just like you being a disciplined individual, like in general life. And obviously, like there's no doubt in saying that you have to be disciplined in all the other aspects of your life to make trading work. Like there's no doubt in my mind about that at all. But there's so much more to trading than just like being a disciplined person in general life. Like no matter like how great of a person and how emotionally intelligent you are in normal life, you still have to work on trading psychology, because trading like goes against everything that biology has taught us about our bodies on how to react to these situations. So no one knows that without coming into trading and learning it for themselves. Like, there's no way any good trader can come into trading without needing to work on their trading psychology. Like, I thought trading psychology was just like general emotional intelligence, but it's so much more than that. Obviously, it involves emotional intelligence, but it's a completely different perspective on emotional intelligence, like it actually is. So yeah. That's what I've kind of come to terms with very recently, and I've really been like working on trading psychology and like understanding the science behind it as well. Like I know not everyone's interested in that, and you totally don't need to do that to like get to grips with what you need to know for trading. But like, I really love understanding the science behind it, because I think it helps like break down like why I react in a certain type of way in certain trading situations, like, and what I actually need to do to improve on that. Because if you understand the science of why we're doing that, it makes it a lot clearer on like, okay, so this actually goes against my biology, and then you're way less harsh on yourself once you understand, and then I can like act upon that, you know? I would really like to be break even before 9:30. So let's hope that that can happen. We still have 20 minutes, so we have a good chance. Why does ES look more bearish right now? Like, what are we playing at? Whereabouts is this? Oh no, never mind. We good. I am trying to hold on. Where am I looking to target today? I'm obviously looking to target London low. I kind of want to just go with the vibes of where we're at 9:28 and kind of see where we're at. Because I do think that we could flush down to Trudeau Open, Asia low for sure. But do I want to hold all of my contract through the Open? Definitely not. I am just going to move my stop to break even right there, because I think if we're going to go to the targets that I have, we don't need to come back up here. We do just kind of need to flush. So yeah, stop is at break even now. We risk free as hell. If my bias is wrong and we do want to go higher, then I would expect us to reverse around here anyway, because ES has just come down and taken out some stacked equal lows right there. So this is like a good place for us to reverse if we want to reverse, if that makes sense. But if we can keep flushing down, then I would be super happy with that arrangement as well. That would be preferable. Okay, I can put the chat back up now that we are risk-free. Feel okay to face the public. I don't know if you heard of The Disciplined Trader, but it's an amazing book. Yeah, so I've actually read The Disciplined Trader, but I didn't finish it. I really liked the first like 6 chapters, and then it started getting into like, it started getting a bit too deep for my liking in terms of like science. Now, I know I literally just said that I like the science explained, but it was talking about like, it wasn't talking about the science of trading psychology in the sense of like why our nervous system reacts in a certain type of way. It was talking about trading psychology in the sense of like using scientific scenarios to explain concepts, which I didn't really like, because I kind of got lost with it a bit. And to be honest, I did read Trading in the Zone and I did like Trading in the Zone, but I actually find other books which are non-trading related way more helpful than trading related psychology books, like for psychology in general. Like, I would much prefer to listen to someone do a lecture about trading psychology than read a book, because I feel like the books kind of like they're almost trying to like bulk it out so that it looks like a decent sized book for you that's worth your money. I don't know, like the stuff I learned from Trading in the Zone, like it didn't need to be 200 pages. Like he could have bullet pointed these things. And like I know that's like me sounding pretty brain rotted, but that's just how I feel about it. I'd much prefer to spend my time reading general self-development books and apply the concepts from them, because they're generally going to be better than a trader writing about psychology. Like a psychologist is going to have better concepts to do with psychology than a trader. Like I'd rather listen to traders for like strategies and risk management, but then like read about actual psychologists and sort of apply it to trading. But that being said, I've really enjoyed Randy Howell's lectures. Now I don't know whether that's how you pronounce his name, but I gave it my best shot. What was your bias coming into the day? My bias coming into the day was bearish after we swept London high. So I did try to take shorts before. I tried to take shorts Where did I try to take shorts? I tried to take shorts. Around here, and I got stopped out break even because I thought our SMT with ES was going to hold, because ES swept London high and NQ didn't, so I did try to short there. But now that we've swept London high and we are rejecting from negative 2.5, I am still bearish until told otherwise. We did also reject from 0.5 of this gap that we did need to fill in, which is a nice sort of rejection. I do think we are going to want to fill in that gap at some point. But our draws on liquidity below us are like what I mainly focus on. Like if we have nudie opening gaps and things, I don't tend to incorporate them too much into my strategy. Like if something lines up with them nicely, then I'll be like, okay, that's an extra confluence. But in general, I'm looking at like session liquidity, midnight open, data wicks and things like that. So in terms of using those concepts, which is mainly what I use, we have London low below us, we have midnight open below us, and we have Asia low below us. We also do have equal lows Asia low, as you can see there. So that's why I'm bearish. I have gone break even now because we did just sweep out equal lows on ES. So if we are going to reverse and my bias is wrong, then I would expect it to be right here. So that's why I have gone break even. Hopefully that makes sense. How was your day? It was really good, thank you. It's currently 2:15 for me. So yeah, I've had a good day so far. I've been waking up at 5 a.m. this week. I've just started getting back into that again. I was really struggling with jet lag for a while, I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought jet lag was fake. I thought it was just a cope for lazy people, but it turns out it's actually real, unless I am just lazy. Like I struggled with jet lag so bad when I got back from America. So I'm finally getting up at 5 a.m. My sleep scores have been absolutely shocking. Like I'll read you out my sleep scores from the last 4 nights, which is when I've got up at 5 a.m. They've been so bad. They mark it out of 100. So Monday morning it was 28, Tuesday it was 16, and Wednesday it was 21 out of 100. So yeah, not great at all, but I'm trying to like fix my circadian pattern, circadian rhythm. I don't know what it is. It's one of the two. So I've bought a 10,000 lux light to put on in the morning, because in the UK, if you've never been to the UK, during the winter, it's like we get like 2 hours of sun. Like that's a bit dramatic, but we get like not a lot of daylight, and when we do have daylight, the sun is usually not out. So my body, when I wake up at 5 a.m, like it doesn't get sunlight until like 8 a.m. So I'm just like so tired, because you're meant to get sunlight within the first 20 minutes of you waking up. So I've bought a 10,000 lux light to simulate the sun. So yeah. Have you read Think and Grow Rich? I did read it a long time ago. So I couldn't tell you anything about the book other than there's like a minor in it. I know one of the stories from the start of the book because I attempted to reread it again and then I kind of got bored, so I stopped. I know at the start of the book it tells a story about a guy who has been told that like a certain area has, I think it was gold, has gold, that like unmined gold. So he went mining, and like he gave up, and like the gold was like 2 centimeters away or something like that. Like you'll all have seen like a little illustration like that on socials before. I do need to reread it though. I read it when I was quite young, so I probably didn't take in as much as I could have from the book. I really need this to start like moving. I really do. Like I'm not trying to hold this during market open. I'm really not. If I get wicked out, like I'll be in negatives probably. Circadia, isn't that an insect? Honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea. Come to Dubai, you will get sun daily all around the year. Yeah, I really want to go to Dubai at some point. It's on my bucket list for sure. Other than America, I think I'll be staying in Europe this year though, because I am trying to save up for a property. So I'm not trying to do any crazy holidays this year, other than I think I'm going to go back to Miami in summer just to like see my trader friends. But that, I mean, it'll be more of a holiday in summer, because when I went to Miami in January, it was so cold. So when I went to Miami in January, it was the coldest it had ever been since 1911. I was there for 3 days. So those 3 days that I picked was the coldest Miami has ever been since 1911. But anyway, it was still fun, and it was great regardless. But yeah, it was so cold. Like, I've never been so cold in my life. And obviously, when I'm packing to go to Florida, I obviously did not pack warm clothing, because why would I? I'm expecting sunshine and rainbows. But no, I had to literally buy a coat while it's there. This really needs to get moving, guys. We've got 10 minutes. I'm getting stressed. What do you think of that gap down on open last night as a draw before going lower? I think this is the one that I've drawn out. Let me just have a little look. Yeah, so this gap down, I have actually drawn out, but ES reacted nicely from the consequent encroachment of it, which is right here, which lined up with one of my fib levels, while NQ was also reacting from a fib level. So that's why I am in shorts, but I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of it filling the full gap, to be honest. Like, my bias could be totally wrong. This is just one of them days where, like, I'm happy to take a stab, but also happy to, like, sit back and reassess if this does go break even. Like, I'm not going to be quick to jump into another trade. Definitely not, because there's been so many times where I've taken silly losses because I've married my bias, and I've not actually just taken a step back to, like, reflect and think, okay, am I actually correct here? Like, what is the chart actually showing me? And I think if we were bearish, like, I shouldn't get break even on this. So if I do get break even, like, I am going to reassess and maybe flip bias. I don't know. I'll definitely wait for the open and see what that wants to show me. Yeah, I used to really like let new day opening gaps and new week opening gaps really like get in my head. Because I knew at some point we are going to probably fill those in. Like, we know that, we've been taught that, every trading mentor will teach you that, right? But it's like, don't let that put you off from all of your usual analysis because we have a gap there. Like, just because ES reacted off the midpoint and NQ hasn't filled up to the midpoint yet, like, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to take an A+ setup that I usually would, just because that gap is still there, because I don't know when it's going to fill that in. And until, like, the markets are telling me it's going to fill that in right now, that's when I'll be like, okay. But other than that, you should try your best to ignore it, especially as a beginner. I would just say, like, I'm still a beginner, but this is just what I've learned through my time trading so far. Ignore new day opening gaps and new week opening gaps. If a trade loses and you think it was due to the fact that it wanted to go and refill that, then reflect on that loss and understand, okay, when did the market tell me here that it was going to go and fill that new day opening gap, rather than go to my draw, which I think it usually would have if we didn't have that gap, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my advice for new day opening gaps and new week opening gaps, because they really used to like scare me when I first started out. Like, I just like didn't know where we were going. Like, I would just automatically assume, like, in this scenario, I would be like, my bias is bullish because we have this gap. But if that was the case, like, I'm fairly sure we had a new week opening gap this week. Yeah, we did. So this week we had a new week opening gap. Like, if your bias was bearish for this full week, like, you would have got absolutely obliterated just due to this new week opening gap. I mean, I don't know when we filled it in. I can't really remember. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? I don't know. Okay, I like that rejection out of this 5-minute fair value gap. That is nice. I do really need some movement right now, though, because I don't want to get out at the open. I would really like it if that didn't happen. Oh my gosh, guys, we have 75 viewers. That's actually insane. I don't think I've had that many before. So thanks for being here. Thanks so much for being here. I always do an American accent, by the way. Like, I'm actually not American. Quite a few of my friends have messaged me now. Like, quite a few of my, like, school friends have messaged me or told me in person that they think that I have developed an American accent. And I think it's because I do it so many times, ironically, that it's, like, starting to become a part of my accent, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. But anyway, are you still with a mentor, by the way? I saw a reel you posted and wasn't sure. So I'm going to explain the whole scenario to you guys. So obviously, if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram or wherever, you will have seen that a while ago I posted that I had a trading mentor. And this basically came about from me sharing a story saying, if there's so many trading mentors on here selling a course, let's see if anyone can actually make me profitable. Like, I'm out here sharing on socials and not one of you have reached out to me saying, like, I can make you profitable. So I just, like, put that on my story. I had quite a few people reach out to me, actually. And I ended up going with this particular individual. So I joined their Discord. This was all for free. Joined their Discord, like, watched some of their videos, learnt their strategy and stuff. And, like, me being completely honest, nothing against this person, it just wasn't for me. Like, and that's that. There's nothing more and nothing less for me to say on it. It just wasn't for me. He has student results, he has payouts. Like, I'm not saying any of that. I'm not saying that he's a larp or any of that shit. But it just wasn't for me. Like, I didn't like the structure. I didn't like the strategy. Like, it just didn't work for me. And this is the thing, right? A person can have a pristine strategy, great teaching skills, etc. But you could still pay $6,000 for a course or a strategy and it not suit you. Like, this is the risk that you're taking if you're paying for a course. And this is why I don't particularly agree with them, because these people are saying I can make anybody profitable, and it's not true. If a strategy doesn't click with you, like, there's nothing that mentor can do, right? Unless they're saying, if it doesn't click with you, I'll give you a refund. That's different. But yeah, that's just my 2 pence. Anyways, so yeah, that happened. And then I'm just going to put, where are we at in terms of risk to reward? We're at like 1.6 R right now. I don't really know what to do in this situation, guys. Like, we're getting really close to market open. I don't really know sorry, I will answer everyone's questions. I'm just kind of pondering what on earth I do if we get to 9:30. My thoughts are I take 2 micros off wherever we're at 9:29, and then I hold one and just see what happens, and I will trail my stop a bit so that I don't get up. That is my thoughts, because I really would not like if I just got wicked out at the open, which is highly probable. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So got 2.5 minutes to reply to comments before I need to lock in at that point. Hey Claudia, Brazil, love you. Thank you so much. That is so cool that you're from Brazil. I really want to visit Brazil. How long have you been studying ICT concepts? I'd probably say 2.5 years, but like probably 1.5 years of those like was really inconsistent. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about that. Like for like 1 year, like I was watching a video every now and again, not really concentrating, things like that. So yeah. Claudia, have you got an opinion on the whole Justin Whirling situation? I have, actually. You know what? I'm gonna come back to that. How much profit are we at? Okay, $200. $200. I do actually have an opinion, but I want to talk about it when I have a bit more time to, because I'm gonna have to like turn off my chat, not talk to anybody when we get to 9:29, so that I can just lock in. And yeah. I'll continue answering questions in a mo. Let's just monitor a yes as well for a hot sec. Honestly, I don't know what to do, guys. Thinking of taking a partial. Yes. Taking a partial there, just because it has hit one of my fib levels. And then I'm going to do a buy limit here of 1 micro. There we go. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna lose my job. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna hold this through open, I think. Like, we've got a decent amount of wiggle room, but I am just gonna move it down a little bit so that I don't get absolutely... Oh, is that not changed? No, it hasn't. I made that mistake before. And it was not pretty. I really need this candle to be a bearish candle, please. Pretty please be bearish candle, please. Do we have any sort of like value gap bubbles? Kind of. Should I be taking another partial right now? Is the question of the day. I'm not going to because, well, I don't know. I might be an idiot, but it wouldn't really be that big of a partial, to be honest. I'm just gonna go with it and see what happens. You know what I mean? Sometimes in life, you just gotta trust your analysis and see what happens. Right, let's not edge London low. Okay, let's really do that very quickly right now. Gosh, guys, we're slaying. Limit filled. Should I take this off at true to open or should I hold to Asia low? I don't know. We might just reverse right now. I think ES is going to want to take out these equal lows though. Those are very clean. We have lots of equal lows going on. We also have equal lows at London low on ES. Honestly, I'm going to do one there. I'm going to trail this a little bit so that we've got a little bit to work with. You know what I mean? So that would be final TP right there. Okay, ES is close to London low. There's no way ES won't take London low right now. There is no way, Jose. Surely not. There's no way. If you were in shorts to London low on ES, now you'd probably be in tears. There ain't no way. You would be in bits. What is that? Wow, that is actually one tick. That is actually one tick. That is so rough. That is so rough. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to see us push down now. Please. ES has a huge fair value gap, which I'm hoping will push us down to Asia low. I can't believe we edged London low on ES that hard. That's actually crazy work. It's been doing that a lot recently. It actually has been doing that so much. It has actually been edging session liquidity so bad. I feel like the market makers are clocking on to us ICT folk here. They're clocking on, they really are. Their value gaps aren't hitting the same anymore. They're really not. Like that 15-minute gap did nothing. Literally did absolutely niche. Tempted to manually close out when ES takes London low instead. Or when this takes Asia low, like either or I'm fine with. I'm just gonna manually do it because like we could so easily leave Asia open right now. So I'm just gonna manually close this if we either sweep Asia on NQ or if we sweep London on ES. Like I'm happy to get rid. I don't even need to buy, I can literally just do that, can't I? Come on, just a little bit more. Just a little more for me. There we go. Bang. Bang, 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 bang. How many R's is this? That was like 6.5 R. That was pretty fire. Should have held all the contracts. Joking, that would be hell risk management. Not going to lie. Okay, fire. That was like the best trade I've taken on stream in a hot minute, I'm not gonna lie. In a hot minute. We cooked. I bet I will have made hardly anything. Okay, we made 350. It's not bad. Not too bad. Okay, that was actually fire. Oh my gosh, what have I just done? Volume profile. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nice. Okay, I can respond to some comments now. Sorry, guys. I just had to lock in for a hot sec. Bro. Nice, guys. Guys, can everyone put a W in the chat so I can post like an Aura Instagram story? Does anyone mind if I do that? Please spam W for me. Pretty, please. Pretty, please spam W if you love me, or if you don't. Same thing. Holy shit. No way. Guys, oh my gosh. Guys, oh my gosh. I've got some exciting news in a minute. No fucking way. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the W's. You're all the best. You're all the best. I want to take a video. Why not? Never done a video before. 6.5 R. Call on stream. W's in the chat. 6.5 R. Call on stream. W's in the chat. Thanks, guys. You're all the best. You're all the best. You're the best in the world. Let me just put a link on there because then we can get some more people in here. And then they'll think they're going to get a W signal and then I will just take a loss. Share. Copy link. We cooked on the same trade. W. Did anyone else take that trade? Let me know in the chat if you took it. W's in the chat. 5 R. On stream. Nice, guys. Good shit. Love it. So, my exciting news. I don't know whether I'm supposed to say this, but I'm just so unserious about this shit. But fucking Trade Sinker just reached out to me for a fucking collab. Like, I need to tell the Discord right away because they've literally been asking me for this shit, man. They literally have. Let me just go on my Discord real quick and just tell them. That's so funny. That is so lit. Okay, yes, I can definitely explain standard deviations to you guys. I'm just kind of tempted to still lock in because now that we have swept out all this sell side and we are rejecting from -4 on both of these, I'm kind of interested in looking for longs if we get a decent push up. But we could also come down, sweep out Asia low, sweep out New York PM low as well. The amount of notifications on your Discord is driving my ADHD mental. I'm so sorry. I think you can mute specific channels. So if you don't want to hear my bullshit sometimes, you can mute whatever. I will explain this trade and break it down a little bit later on. So no worries about that. I need to get back to everyone's comments as well. Someone asked me a really interesting video, but I don't remember what it was. The big leagues, that's so fucking funny. Guys, these are the OGs in the Discord. Like, they've been here for a hot minute and they've still stuck around. They're the real Gs. I meant your Discord app. Oh, I know. Guys, if you've seen this, look at this and look at the number of notifications that we've got going on here. Like, honestly, like, I don't know how to use Discord. Like, people send me a friend request and I will not get back to it for months because I didn't know that you could do that. I didn't know that you could do that. I don't know. I'm such a Discord noob. Honestly, Alan, the mod in the chat, he's built my Discord server. I did not build that shit. Him and another one of my mods, they've literally built that shit, like in literally. So don't ask me tips on how to make a Discord community, because I don't know. Alan carries, I'm just there, like, for the vibes. Hi, Claudia. Why did you mark the close of 8:01 a.m. rather than the high of that candle on MNQ? 8:01. What are we looking at? Okay, I got you. Okay, so let's do some fib teachings while I'm just waiting for this to kind of react. I do want to stay locked in, though, because I do kind of like another setup. However, I would have to log into Project X, and that makes me feel a little bit upset. I don't like Project X. Oh, I'm going to just go back on NQ here for a sec. Do my analysis. Let's get rid of that. That's clearly not doing anything helpful. Let's see what this wants to do. See whether this respects this or whether we want to continue. What was I doing? Oh yes, I need to log into Project X. I have got so many tabs open, guys. So many tabs. Right, what I want to do is I want to make that full screen. There we go. And I want to do this and that. There we go. Oh, let's not have that. That is AIDS. That's AIDS. We're not dealing with that. Oh, I can't really see. Oh no, I'll have ES up in here and NASDAQ up on here. Right, that's brilliant. Now I can take an execution if necessary on here. Because I need to activate my other TradeAbate funded account because I blew one of my fundeds yesterday because it was in so much drawdown. And I passed another one and max alley with alphas 3. So I was like, I'm just gonna blow it and start fresh. So yeah. I like that rejection. That rejection's very, very nice, isn't it? Not gonna jump the gun. Right, let me talk fibs now. Let's talk fibs, guys. I'm gonna make this full screen while we do that. So, you have two different types of fibs. Now, I want to note that I have learned all of this. Like, I haven't learned all this myself. I've learned all of this off a guy called Ivan. So if anyone wants a link to his YouTube channel, then let me know and I will send it to you because I've learned all of this off him. He's kindly taught me his like strategy and it's just working for me really well. So I want to note that. But I will try to break it down the best I possibly can. But your best bet on learning fibs properly is his YouTube channel because he does trade recaps pretty much every single day. But you have two different types of fibs. You have an OTE fib and a manipulation fib. So your OTE fib is just your basic, a swing low to a swing high. So as you can see here, this here is my OTE fib. And if you wanted to enter longs here, like you would enter in OTE of this fib, which is around here. And as you can see, this projected higher. Like this negative 2.25 did hold for a short while, but then we manipulated higher. We wanted to come to negative 2.5 of my manipulation fib, which we then fell from. So my manipulation fib is you're drawing your OTE fib from present to future. You're drawing your manipulation fib from present to past, and you're drawing your manipulation fib from wick to body. I don't know the reason for this. You can ask Ivan. I'm just kind of following what he tells me to do. So yeah, that's that. Usually your OTE is for an entry and your manipulation is a projection, but I like to project them both, and a lot of the times where these line up, there's a higher probability that it's going to reject from there if we have two of these lining up. So you can see that negative 2.25 and negative 3, they lined up pretty well and we rejected from there. Obviously, these two are lining up as well. So this could have been also a potential rejection point. But when I'm seeing negative 2.5 and negative 4 are your highest probability rejection points. So when I'm seeing this one lines up as in close proximity and we've got negative 2.5 rejecting pretty much like to the tick, like we're talking the space of 2 ticks. And we see this huge leg rejecting down, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to get involved. My bias is bearish, seen a rejection from negative 2.5 within the space of 2 ticks, and we've got some nice displacement lower. I'm like, okay, I want to get involved. And this is also after a session sweep, so super high probability. Like I pair session sweeps with fib projections, and it works super, super well. So yeah, that's his YouTube name. Red Pill, put it in the chat. You should check out his videos. They are very, very, very good. Let's see what ES is doing. Oh my god, I was like, okay, ES has taken Asia. I didn't realize that happened, but oh, ES has taken Asia. Okay, interesting. We are in close proximity to New York PM low, so I'm not looking for longs until we get some decent displacement higher, because we could just come down to New York PM low, which is right here in the green. Your short was off the EQ instead of OTA. So when we have a range like this, as you can see here, we came up and we did not like rebalance. And when I say rebalance, I mean we didn't trade to let me do this on NQ actually. So here, this from this high to this low, if this was my entry here, we came up and we did not rebalance to 0.5. So now I'm drawing out this whole leg because this leg is imbalanced, so I need to include the whole thing. Where did let me just go on a MNQ. So I take my entries off 0.5 as long as my stop loss is not too high. And especially in scenarios like this, where it's a case of, like, if I was entering here with limits, like I would have entered at 0.62. But because we've got this like huge range, like if we're as bearish as I think we are, like we literally need to tap 0.5 and run. Like we do not need to be coming back up into here. So as long as I have room for my stop loss to be above 0.79, let me delete this because it's confusing, so that's not what I took. As long as I have room for my stop loss to be above 0.79, so that to which point there, like I'm assuming this range is no longer valid, like this OTE range is not like that sensitive, then I will enter off 0.5 and just have my stop above. So this allows it to trade to 0.62, but a lot of the time, like in this scenario, especially if we're super bearish, like we will literally just rebalance 0.5 and literally tank, which as you can see we have done. Can you say again how to draw the manipulation fib so I can write it down? Yeah, for sure. So we use this one as an example. So your OTE fibs are from a swing low to a swing high, from present to future. So that's your OTE fib. Your manipulation fib is from present, past, from wick to body. So this is a bullish scenario where I'm projecting how high we're going. But if I was doing a bearish scenario, like here, if I wanted to project lower, I would do from present to pass, from wick to body. And then as you can see, we project that down. But I have now deleted this because we've invalidated -4, so I no longer feel like this fib is useful. So yeah. So yeah, queens. Let me talk about Justin Werlein now, because someone asked me that ages ago and I'm so excited to talk about it. So Justin Werlein, then, my thoughts on the situation is, obviously, a lot of people are saying that Justin Werlein, I don't know whether I'm pronouncing his last name right either, and if I'm not, well, so be it. The guy doesn't deserve his last name to be pronounced properly anyway. A lot of people are saying that he used God and his faith to promote his course and his trading, which I agree with. I completely agree with that. But there is so many people on social media who are ridiculing Justin for holding himself accountable and leaving like really nasty hate comments regarding the using God and faith situation. So when you put 2 and 2 together, a non-forgiving, non-empathetic action goes against what the Bible teaches as well. Forgiveness is the key aspect of so many major religions across the world. In fact, I would say all of the major religions across the world have forgiveness as an aspect of their teachings to some extent. Others more, others less. But I know that within Christianity, which is what Justin was like promoting, forgiveness is a huge teaching, right? And we're all hating on him for using God to promote his course, which 100% is wrong. But when he holds himself accountable and actually does the right thing for once, when this guy has 200,000 followers, like he could have milked like probably millions of dollars more out of people. He could have kept exponentially growing, posting bullshit trades, posting bullshit payouts, and getting sales from his course. Like, yes, he made a lot of money, but there was still a lot more to be made from it. So people forget that. And forgiveness is a key aspect of Christianity. But when it comes to people being forgiving of someone who has done wrong, like that's out the window. So it's people are very hypocritical. They're saying he used his faith for this, da 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 da. But he's holding himself accountable, and suddenly we can't follow the teachings of Christ either because we're not being forgiving, we're not being empathetic. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the situation. Obviously what he did is wrong, but I think you have to be a good person to some extent to hold yourself accountable when he could have rinsed more people for thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, we're forgetting that he now has no stream of income that I'm aware of. Like, this man, like, has been brave to some extent. Yeah, what he's done is so shit, and I personally would not do it. Like, I would never do that. I don't have, like, the moral ethics to do something like that. So it means that he's a certain type of individual to do that. But it means he's obviously working on himself. He's obviously trying to fix up for past mistakes if he's come out and been honest about this. Because no one caught him out yet. Like, people have had their suspicions and stuff, but did you see his video yesterday? It was a PR stint. I didn't. Wait, so he's saying that he's actually profitable and it was all like fake? What? That's absolutely ridiculous if he's done that. I'm sorry, that is just so stupid. That's actually crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't like anything yet. I'm still waiting. I'm hoping New York PM low will be swept out and then we can see some sort of reversal for longs. That's what I'm hoping for. See the daily chart for a sec. Let's zoom out for a minute. Yeah, I'll have to watch his video because that's crazy. Oh wait, Nasdaq did take out PM. Didn't even realize. Or did it literally just do it right now? Wait, what? What is this? Oh, no, it hasn't. It hasn't. It's taken out these equal lows. Getting confused. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Justin situation. I feel like it's a valid take to have. Like, yeah, he did use He apologized for tricking his students and refunded everyone who subbed to his course for the last 12 months, giving his new website for free for the next 2 months. Oh my gosh, no way. So he actually is profitable. I'm confused. I'm gonna have to watch this. Like, I feel like I shouldn't watch it because I shouldn't be getting involved. Like, I shouldn't be like giving my attention to things like this because I feel like that is ridiculous to do that. You have students, like that could really, really, really stress someone out, like emotionally, especially if someone has used their like last paycheck to pay for your fucking course, and then you're posting videos like that to spread awareness. Like, what? Do you view seconds charts too? I do on the odd occasion. I would never really use it for an entry, but I sometimes use the 15-second charts for fibs. The only scenario I would use the 15-second chart is, let's say, I'm fairly sure for this range actually. So this range, yeah, we didn't trade back up. Let me make this full screen. We didn't trade back up to 0.5 here. So therefore this like full range is imbalanced. So here, yep, here. Yeah, so this full range is imbalanced. So if I was looking for a continuation trade, then I would use the 15-second chart. I would project some sort of manipulation leg. So let's use this one. This one's kind of nice. None of these are that clean, to be honest, but we use this one. Like, I would project a manipulation leg and see whether any of these line up with OTE. So you can see -3 lines up with 0.79, but that doesn't really interest me. Like, I would never want to enter a trade at 0.79. So I like try and see if any of these line up with like 0.5 or 0.62, just for like extra confidence, really. Like 2.5 is lining up nice with 0.5, so I'd probably set a limit there if I wanted a continuation. Allow it to trade up to 0.79 and then target lower if I was bearish. Ooh, what are these? What are these equal lows that we got going on? Honestly, guys, get a relative equal high and equal low indicator if you don't have one already. They actually save the day. They really do. Where's it gone? It must be on the 1 minute chart. Oh, they're not there anymore. Okay. They've disappeared. So yeah, that's how I would use the 15-second chart as a continuation. But yeah, I'm not particularly bearish right now. I'm bearish to here, and then I am bullish. I watched this old tactical traders course, and it was the only course I've watched that actually made sense to me. Yeah, that's so valid. I have got numerous pages of notes from his forever model. Like, that was the first ever trading model that I ever learned. Like, so when I heard this news, I was like, wow, that's really like hurt. That's really hurt the soul. Like, little me was there learning his whole model to find out that he's break even. Whether he is or not now, I don't know, whatever he said in his new video, but talked up the indicator. Yeah, I know the indicator did embarrass me, I'm not gonna lie. I need to find a better one. My friend coded this one, but it has its problems. If he's watching, you better get on fixing it. What higher time frame do you use mostly? I use the hourly. I use the hourly, the 4 hour, the daily, and the weekly chart in terms of higher time frame. I mark out hourly, 4 hour, and daily fair value gaps if they're in close proximity, because generally if I'm bullish and my draw on liquidity is like here, but we have a 4 hour bearish fair value gap there, like my draw on liquidity will be the low of this rather than up here, because even if we are super bullish and we want to like tank through it, like we're probably going to chop around in here. So I don't want to be involved in that. Like I would just be bullish to the low. Congrats on 20k. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It was crazy. It was crazy waking up to that. I got a high time frame fair value gap indicator. That is cool. I feel like I couldn't deal with a higher time frame gap indicator only because like I'll draw out a higher time frame gap, but then like if I'm trying to trade, like on my micro screen, like I will never have it there because it kind of annoys me. Like this unfilled gap, like I just don't want it there. It kind of irritates me. But like there's too much going on because obviously I usually have like I have this session indicator on as well, which is so useful. Like that has actually changed the game for my trading, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, still not had any lunch and my water bottle is empty. So how long have I been on here for? 1 hour 22. I'm tempted to just go on mute and turn my camera off for a bit and then come back so that I can eat some food. Because this is taking its time to sweep PM low anyway. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just turn my camera off, go on mute for a bit. Let's put a little note. Let's put that there. So if anybody joins, they know the stitch. Yeah, I'll be back in like 10-15 minutes or something. I just haven't eaten because I was trading pre-market. So yeah. Oh my gosh, it's 2 a.m. Wow, get some good sleep. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys in 15 minutes or so. Hi, I'm back from my lunch. I'm back. Thanks all of you who stayed on, you real ones. We lost 30 people, but that is totally fine. Okay, we've swept PM low on both of these. So what I'm now looking for is I'm now looking for some sort of fib to line up with this area that would make sense. So let's see what this manipulation fib is saying. Okay, get rid of that as well. Let's see this as well. And let's also look up. Let's see the 5 minute. Maybe not the 5 minute. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. 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 Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Trying to find why we would reject out of this area, you know, and nothing is really speaking to me, which makes me think that we're not ready to turn around just yet. So yeah. How's everyone doing? How's everyone, like, in general? Like, how's the old mental health? How is the mental health? Dun, 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 dun. There's nothing that I want yet. I'm gonna defo wait for a bit. Defo. Guys, what stuff should I post on Instagram? Kind of like running out of inspo for Instagram. I've got some inspo for YouTube though. Like, I've got some ideas lined up in my head for YouTube. For sure. Still think we have room to go a bit lower, not gonna lie. I would like a rejection out of 2.5 is what would be ideal. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, I guess. There we go. There we go. What is this alert I have down here? Why are we doing this? Oh, okay. Negative 4 here actually aligns up nicely with previous daily low. Maybe we want to come smack that. Who knows? I'm not looking to get into the shorts. I've got my piece of the pie and I'm pretty happy with this. Definitely not trying to catch continuation shorts right now. I'm trying to wait for some structure to the upside and get in on some type of retrace Offer clear projezione. What is this? What are you? I don't know why I haven't lit here. This lines up with Truly Open from the other day, which hasn't been swept. This is lining up with a lot of old fibs. It's nice to keep old fibs on your chart. Look at that. It's kind of nice. It's a nice reversal point, I guess. Well, guys, my bias for the day was definitely right. I could have held this for 15R, but that's okay. Honestly, if I had risked a little bit more, like how much I usually risk, because I usually risk like between 5 and 8 micros, depending on how big my stop is. And if I had done my usual risk, I definitely would have held a micro, like held a runner. But because I only had 3 micros on, because I was in like $80 of drawdown on the day anyway, and my max loss per funded account is $200. So I could only risk 3 micros, unfortunately. Let's see the higher time frame. Yeah, you are correct. We are very close to all of these like unswept things though. Well, I wouldn't be interested in targeting those. I would be interested in catching a continuation longs once we decide to reverse. If we want to reverse, we may just tank all day. I don't know. There's yesterday's midnight opening price. Looks like we're going to take previous daily low on NQ. We may get an SMT with yes there. Let's mark that on there so that I've got that. I have an eval in drawdown and the monthly renewal is coming up. Does it make sense to pay for the renewal or just get a fresh account? My opinion on this is, have you passed an evaluation before? If the answer is yes, get a fresh account. The answer is no, pay the renewal, get yourself out of drawdown. Because when you get to the funded stage, especially if it's your first ever funded, you are gonna have to know how to deal with drawdown psychologically and getting yourself out of drawdown. So you might as well practice on the eval stage. Like, I spent 4 months on my first eval and I was in drawdown for probably 3 out of the 4 months. Like, you have to practice getting yourself out of drawdown. Okay, previous daily lows smacked. -4 nearly smacked from this manipulation that we have here. So if we see a push up from here, I'd be interested in longs, but we may just continue. We may just continue. What is this that I've got? Where is this? Okay, yes. That's what I want to draw out. Okay, we already invalidated that though. Not particularly useful. What was that I drew out? Nope. What even was that? Oh, it was this. It was that. Heading out, proud of you, babes. Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining. Oh my gosh, guys, my cat is lagging so badly, like so bad. Did she short? I did short up here. I shorted pre-market. I shorted at 902 and took profit when ES took London low. And now we're here. Okay, ES is definitely going to take previous daily low, so we're going to reassess. I'm going to... What should I even use in this situation? I don't even know. I don't even know what to use. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's very clean, isn't it? Wow, would you look at that, hey? I love fibs. Fibs are so great. Fibs are so great. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Guys, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Sorry guys, I'm just reading my bullshit. So I guess, like, honestly, guys, some of the DMs I get, bullshit. I just get some really bullshit DMs. I really do. Like, I love replying to people and talking to you, and like majority of my DMs are so nice and like so cool, and like I love talking to everyone about their trading journey and stuff anyway. But some of the DMs, it's like, honestly, I get messages like this. I can't seem to find the link to your mentorship. I'm going to scale your And I'm like, I don't have one, you stupid idiot. Take 5 minutes to actually look at my page. So annoying. Can you do gold? Oh, do you do gold? No, I don't really trade gold, to be honest. Looks like we're continuing. Someone said fib the 15-minute manipulation leg. That's not a bad idea. I've already tanked through that, I'm afraid. Please get rid of some of these. I do want them for my... I'm going to go back on. There's a lot going on there. It's kind of giving me awesome. Yeah, we have unfortunately already tanked through -4 on there. Jeez, this is crazy. I don't even know what to fib anymore. I might have to fib this whole little leg and see if that helps me whatsoever. Nope, it doesn't. I guess we're just like heading for all-time lows, I guess. I think that's where we're heading. What if I do this whole leg? Nope. Okay. Okay. I don't know what to tell you then, girl. Don't know what to tell you. Don't know what the hell I'm supposed to fib right now. Should I do this whole leg right here? Or did I just do that? Nope, I just did that. Am I an idiot? I don't know. Potentially. Keep up the good work. You are also one of the best mentees of ICT. Will tune in next time. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate you. Why like, guys, what am I supposed to fib? What does one fib in times like this? Like, nothing's holding. Maybe I fib the daily candle. I fib this daily manipulation. That might have to be the move right now. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I can't even fib the 4-hour manipulation. Oh, I can. This is the move. This is the move, guys. Start fibbing the 4-hour manipulation. Thank me fucking later. Look at that reaction from the consequent encroachment of that unfilled gap. That's actually beautiful. Guys, if I held, like, I would buy a Ferrari. Oh, guys. Oh, we being... Like, I thought I caught a decent piece of the pie, but I caught the most minuscule part of the pie, guys, we could be sitting at 26R right now. I'm not going to lie to you. We could be sitting at 26R. But I'm not going to grumble. Where's my other... Oh, it's because I did it on here. Forgot what I was doing. There we go. This is the fib of dreams. This is the fib of hopes and dreams, guys. Really. Now, what time are we on? We're on 10:23. Like, I mean, this whole thing is imbalanced. This whole shebang. Did that retrace to 0.5? Nope. It didn't. Did that? Nope. This? Nope. Did this? Nope. Did this? Nope. Did this? Nope. Did this? Nope. Yeah, this whole shit is imbalanced. This whole ass thing. Why don't you watch the NQ1 chart? I probably should do my analysis on there, but otherwise then I've got NQ, MNQ, and another NQ. So I just use the contract one because that's the one that Michael Huddleston told me to use like 3 years ago, and I just carry on using it. I don't really know. Who knows? If we caught all this, they would not let you pass an eval. Yeah, I know, I'm underfunded though. And I was only risking 3 micros. Probably would have made, I would have made it out of drawdown, guys. It would have, like, fucked my consistency though, so it's fine. Let's fib the 4-hour on ES as well. Oh, I already are. It's just over here. There we go. What are we reacting from? Negative 3.5. No, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I think we need to go -4. How different is the NQ from the US 100? They're both very, very similar. Both move very similar. US 100 is just the CFD contract of the NASDAQ. So it's not legal for Americans to trade US 100, which is why loads of Americans trade futures. Like, I am allowed to trade CFDs, I just choose not to because futures are just easier. I'm still in YM with 1 contract. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. What's up, my dear? Not a lot. What about you? I'm chilling. NQ definitely needs to come down to -4. What I'd be looking for if I did want to take longs, which, like, I would have to see the perfect setup to take longs in these conditions, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if we don't get a nice rejection off -4, then I'm just turning my charts off because otherwise we're like, nah, I'm not getting involved. But what I would like to see is something like this. I would like to see us come down to -4 with a really nice displacement rejection. Come down to 0.5, which is where I would enter, and then I would target 0.5 of this leg. because we need to rebalance this at some point, and we will rebalance it at some point. It's just when we're going to do that, I don't know. Could you please show on the higher time frame the reason for your short? Yeah, sure. So if you don't already have this indicator, I would highly recommend it. It is called ICT Kill Zones and Pivots TFO. It's free. I would definitely recommend you get it. Let me hide my drawings for a mo. There we go. So this indicator literally tells me everything that I need to know about bias. So I will look. This indicator, you have to toggle it to turn on True Day Open. So you go into settings, you scroll down, and you tick True Day Open on. So I came in to pre-market at around this time. I came in, let me go to the 15-minute time frame. So I came in, I can see, okay, we've come up, swept out London high on ES. If I mark out this gap from the close, oops. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Okay, okay, so the midpoint of this gap from the close to the open, so this range is right there, which is what ES is rejecting from. So I'm like, okay, we've swept out London high on both NQ and ES. We're rejecting from the consequent encroachment of an unfilled gap, which is really high probability like rejection point if we are bearish and we don't want to refill the whole thing. So I can see, okay, we're rejecting. We have London low, we have midnight open, we have Asia low, we have New York AM session low from yesterday, we have midnight open from the day before, we have London session low, we have Asia low, we have New York PM low from yesterday. We have so many targets below us. You can see we're just in this like uptrend. Like, we've got to come back down at some point. Like, I saw that rejection off a perfect, it was also off a perfect fib level, which I'd drawn out. So I was like, okay, I'm bearish. I was only bearish to here. Like, I did not anticipate us to come all the way down here in AM session. I'm not going to lie, but we did. And if I had anticipated that, then I would be a very rich woman right now. But nevertheless, we still caught 6.5R, which no one can grumble at. So yeah, that's my analysis. I feel so behind in my journey. I can't seem to progress. Please give me some advice. So my advice is, because I felt the exact same as you very recently, by the way, like I have only started being able to catch like high R trades like this within the past month or so. Like genuinely, like I'm not even sugarcoating stuff here. I felt so lost in my journey just over a month ago. I've just posted a YouTube video about what my month-long losing streak taught me. It's only like a 9-minute long YouTube video. It's all like psychology talks of what my losing streak taught me. I'd highly recommend you watch that because there is some great lessons in there. I'm not just promoting my YouTube video, by the way. Like, I do actually think that video is valuable if you feel really lost in your journey. In October 2025, I took a loss every single day in October, and it just like knocked me off my path so bad. I learned so much from that journey. I felt so lost. But what I would recommend, Alan has just put the YouTube video in the chat, so you can go ahead and watch that if you feel like it at some point. What I realized, why I felt so behind others, why I felt so lost, I would look at the charts and I just wouldn't understand what was going on. Like today, if this was like a month ago, I would have looked at this chart and I would have had no idea that we are bearish. No idea. Now today, I didn't know that we were bearish all the way down to here. Don't get me wrong. I had no idea that we were bearish all the way down to here. I knew that we were bearish, and I knew that we were coming down to Asia and London low, which is how I managed to catch 6.5R of it. So I realized I didn't actually know where price was going majority of the time. Sometimes I got lucky and I knew that we were going to London low because I could see we're in an uptrend and we're in close proximity to it, right? But I didn't actually know where price was going 90% of the time. And this is what you need to focus on. Stop focusing on entry models. Stop focusing on 1 minute time frame, noise, chop, inversion, fair value gaps. Stop focusing on that for a minute. An entry model is great, but it's so much less important than you understanding why is price doing that? Why has price gone there? Where is it going next? And that's what fibs have really helped me understand, because now from literally any price leg, I can draw a fib out and I will understand, okay, that's why we reverse from there. We're rejecting from -2. We're rejecting from -4. Oh, we're paired with a higher time frame fair value gap. We're paired with session liquidity. It all starts to make sense. So what I did, I got this indicator, which I would highly recommend, especially if you're trading ICT. It is so useful for understanding what draws on liquidity are left open to us that we could target today. Would it make sense for us to continue higher if we've taken out all of the close proximity buy-side targets? No. The high probability buy-side targets are previous daily high, London session high, Asia session high, midnight open if it's above us, and any other session liquidity highs which are in close proximity that haven't been swept yet. Maybe from yesterday, maybe we've got PM session high which is still above us and it hasn't been swept. This indicator really helps you visualize that. Like, I can see exactly what's going on here. Okay, PM session, we kind of consolidated. We created this gap open. I would anticipate us to come back into that at some point. Okay, Asia, we swept out Asia high. Okay, London opened. We headed. We didn't sweep out London low. We took London high. We're rejecting from this unfilled bearish gap. Okay, I'm bearish. I want to target London low, Asia low. Like, you need to understand, why is it going there? Where is it going to go next? How can I profit off this opportunity? So yeah. Now, I'm not saying that inversion fair value gaps are why you're losing, right? Inversion fair value gaps can work so well, but you need, like, if you understand where the market is going, you can use whatever entry model you want. You can use a flipping doji star as confirmation if you want. If you know where it's going, you are 90% of the way there, and then just adapting your entry model so that it makes sense and knowing how large to have your stop, when to enter. Do you want to enter on retracements? Do you want to enter on a displacement candle? What works for you? What risk to reward do you want to target? Do you want a set risk to reward to target? Do you want to target draws on liquidity? Then you can figure all those things out. But your main point of focus is, where is the market going next? Does that make sense for me to be bullish if we've swept the major buy-side targets for today? No. And that's why, yes, we still have this gap that we need to fill, but I was not bullish on the day because we were rejecting from 0.5 of this gap after taking out Asia high and London high. And we don't really have any other buy-side targets other than this high up here. I thought it was way more higher probability for us to come lower and sweep out London low, Asia low. And obviously we have tanked since then way more than I anticipated. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, we've now swept -4. We haven't on ES though, but that is fine. I want to see some displacement upwards and then I'd look to target this. I swear you've opened my eyes. Honestly, this shit changed the game for me so much. Like, I realized I didn't actually know where price was going. If you know where price is going, you can take any entry model you want. You can take a different one every day, which I obviously wouldn't recommend because consistency is key. But yeah. We are getting pretty close to 11 o'clock right now, and I have a feeling that if we are going to retrace, it could even be in PM session now. So yeah, I'm just going to answer some questions and kind of just sit and chill. Like, I'm not really a fan of longs now that we are kind of chopping around here. I think unless we get some decent displacement, but ideally, like, I feel like this is a PM session move. Like, we have tanked how many handles? Can't see. Can't see. 550 handles, guys. Like, I'm good. I'm not trying to pick bottoms here. I am asking these questions because I'm also at the same level as you. I'm just starting to understand from Tuesday. Do you consider the wicks or bodies only when framing your context on the M1? I consider wicks for OTE fibs, but I consider wick to body for manipulation fibs, if that makes sense. I'm not sure what context you're asking in, but I'm assuming you're talking about fibs. How's your accounts looking? Are you on payouts? Yeah, I'm not on payouts. I'm not surprised. Like if I had a payout at this time, like I would be surprised. I started using fibs 2 weeks ago, and I am using a strategy based around fibs. And I've like this is the first time I ever drew a fib was 2 weeks ago. So for me to get a payout on it just is not realistic. But I am seeing a massive change like in my trading, the way I view the markets. But I'm just figuring out entry model particularly, and just like precision with the strategy. But I strategy hopped so much towards the end of last year, so I'm just like really focusing on this strategy, but I'm seeing like immense amounts of progress in my trading, so I'm confident like I'll have a payout soon. But right now I don't. I have 350k funded with Traderify right now, and I have 250ks with Alpha and one 100k. The 100k is fresh. I haven't activated it yet. I'm probably going to activate it tomorrow. My 50k Tradeovate is in $700 of drawdown. I just managed to recover a little bit of it right now. And my Project X 50k is in like $100 of drawdown or something like that. So yeah, that's the state of affairs right now. I am tempted to just start on my 100k and just trade with 5 micros, risk like $150 per trade, and just do that. I'm tempted to just start fresh, but I don't know. Maybe I try and recover these. I don't really know what to do. I might do both and swap between alternatives. I don't know. What is the ICT indicator name again? It's called ICT Kill Zones and Pivots CFO. Do you think this higher risk to reward strat suits your personality better than others, and potentially why you're happier with this strat particularly? 100%, I think so. I feel like I was coping with one-to-one risk to reward, and that's not me shitting on anyone who trades one-to-one risk to reward, right? This honestly looks clean. Like, this is literally what I drew out. You guys want to see this? This is literally what I drew out. So I am tempted to try get in on my Project X. We'll see. We'll see. I want to do. There we go. Yeah, I'm tempted here. This looks kind of nice. And it's just like it's a lot of trading up into bullshit. Oh, okay. Do I want to? It is literally what I drew out, to be fair. I don't want double screen on there. That is actually giving me. Oh no, I've done that. That's actually giving me autism. Let's just do that for now. Where's that? 25,143. Oh my gosh, I'm on ES. Has ES got to -4 yet? No. It is nice though. It is nice though, I must admit. What would we be looking at here? It is literally what I drew out, I'm not gonna lie. So I do feel like I'll give it a stab. Especially because I have so many fresh fundeds right now. I feel like I just need to get some action in on them. That's not a reason to take a trade, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Where is my 0.5? My 0.5 is at 25. 1 for 2. One for 2. Right around -1 then. What do we think, people? Do I take a stab at it, or is this just ridiculous? I do kind of like it though. Like the rejection off -4 is very clean. Let's just see the let's just visit the higher time frame. 3-day open as well. See, that's very nice. Like I do feel like we need to retrace at some point because this whole range is so imbalanced. The Discord link is pinned in the chat. Right, this is getting heftier and heftier now. What even is my balance on this account? 826, that's my balance. So I could do 3 micros, right? No. Oh my gosh, no. Yeah, wait, no. No. What? No, I could do 2 micros, I think. Yeah, I could do 2 to risk $200. Fairly sure. No, am I calculating that really, really badly or what? I need to get ChatGPT up. I actually cannot do, like, math. Claudia, you're killing it. Thank you so much. Actually, I can do it on here and then figure it out, can't I? That is definitely the method because I can't figure out how much my risk would be, to be honest. I want to do that and target that. And then why are we just tanking? Like, why are we doing that? We're not doing that. Fully wanted to get into buys. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? Oh, limit. Right, now I can actually figure out why is this being ridiculous? Oh my gosh. What is going on? Why won't it let me drag this? Guys, help. What are you doing? What is it doing? Oh my gosh. I'm actually tripping. I'm tripping out. Why won't it let me click and drag? It usually lets me do that. What is going on? Anyways, 58 points. No, what? I'm so confused. Let's do 58 points from here because then I can figure out my math. Okay, I literally, like, 1 micro is even too much risk for this bullshit. Yeah, hell no. Hell no. So volatile, honestly. It's crazy. Crazy. Wait, 48 handles. This is how we figure out how much our stop loss is, because I can't do maths. Yeah, that's way too much. Way too much. Not doing that. We are not doing that. I'm not risking more than 200 on this. I'm unfunded next right now. What prop firms would you recommend for futures? I personally use Alpha Futures. That's like my main prop firm, as you can see on screen. And I really like Alpha Futures. They have some huge freaking updates coming soon. So they are like on track. Oh, that's because it's on NQ. Oh my gosh, I'm actually an idiot. Alan, you the goat. Why am I an idiot? I was like, why can't I do this? I was so confused. Right, that makes so much sense. Thank you. Okay. Now I can figure out what my risk would be. Limit. Oh, it'll let me drag a micro. Right, so I can do 2. Okay, that makes sense. I'm actually an idiot. actually an idiot. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so Alpha Futures, they have some insane updates coming up. They really, really do. So they are like on track to be the best prop in the space with their updates. They have a platform also coming out, like their own platform. It's going to be a Project X competitor, because if you didn't already know, Project X rug pulled like all the prop firms, so you can no longer buy Project X accounts on other prop firms other than Top Step. So like I'll have to move this account to a different platform once that like goes into place, which I think is end of March or start of March, I don't know. So yeah, Alpha Futures is definitely goated. And also added bonus, if you use my discount code Alpha Futures, then you get entered into my weekly eval giveaways that I do on my stream. So it's a double whammy. It's a double whammy. Should I fucking take this? I do not really know. Are we already like rejecting off of a fib though? Okay, we're not. We're not. Okay. Okay. Rid of that. Nope. For that. Where did I want us to come to though? Up to 144. We're getting close to 11 o'clock, so yeah. Not sure about that one, not gonna lie. Guys, I high-key called the bottom here, not gonna lie. You're welcome. I don't know whether to take this if we retrace to 0.5. Not looking too optimal, is it? In terms of fair value gaps, not looking too optimal. However, we may want to come up into this unfilled hourly gap at 11 o'clock when it forms. I did draw the arrow, but we are getting close to 11. Do I want to take a punt at it? I don't know. I don't know. -3 lines up perfectly with 0.5. That is very clean. You know what? We'll set a limit and see what happens, you know? You know what I mean? Limit by 2. Limit by 2. Stop loss will be just below 0.79. And I want to target, let me put this there. Go away, and I want to target 143. I may not even want to come back down here, to be honest. That's 143. Just there. Oh, basically there. That would be the ideal scenario, but we are very close to 11 o'clock. I'm being cautious. It looks like we don't want to do that for me today. We just want to go. And that is absolutely fine. Definitely didn't want an entry anyway. Hey Claudia, first time here. Hey! We just pumped yesterday and today was a dump. Did you take anything yesterday? I took something in pre-market yesterday, but it was a loss. I got chopped up badly in pre-market. Pre-market was very slow yesterday. So I just got unlucky. Like, they were good trade setups, but not all of them are going to play out. yes, let's leave equal highs there and then head to my limit. Claudia, you killed the first trade. Thank you so much. That actually was a really nice trade to catch on stream. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I'm on stream, I feel like I'm so unlucky on stream. Honestly, it feels like I come on and like you guys curse me and I just lose. No, I'm joking. It probably is my psychology, to be honest. That's why I've started turning off the chat. We leave equal highs and come down to my limit. That would be so optimal. So what I am going to do right now is I'm going to make sure that we don't have any sorts of lows going on in the grand scheme of life, because that would not be ideal whatsoever. This is clean. Like, if this plays out, this is very clean. But I'm cautious that we're just gonna like chop now. Where are you from? I'm from the UK. I need to put this back just so there. No, what are we doing? Girl, what are we doing? Here we go. Oh. May crash out, I may crash out. Right. Dead. Oh, what is going on? Please. Right. Wow. There we go. If it doesn't hit our limits before 11 o'clock, I am calling it a day. Hey, how's things? Things are good, thank you. Should I start posting trading content? I've been trading for 4 years and turned profitable recently. Definitely post trading content. Everyone should post trading content. It's so worth it. Like, even if, like, worst case that happens if you post some trading content is you get no views and you start posting trading content. Best case scenario, you become the next TJR and you get to, like, make some sort of Wolf of Wall Street movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's literally nothing bad that could come from it. You should just do it. It's so much fun. And I've met some great people through doing it. And I've also learned fibs through doing social media. See, do you know what this would be right here if we play out before 11, which I don't think we are, but a girl can dream. What this would be is, it would be, and I've just got the brush on TradingView when I want to use it on Project X. This would be an accumulation, a manipulation, and a distribution. What do you think about the Justin Whirling conspiracy? I have actually just spoken about this earlier in stream, so you can scroll back. I don't want to waffle on about it too much, but I was basically saying how anyone who says that he is like using God to promote his course, which he definitely did, but anyone who's like complaining about that and leaving hate is also like, but is supposedly a believer in Christianity and its teachings, is also a hypocrite, because Christianity, like a major teaching, is forgiveness, and not many people are being forgiving in this situation. What he did was 100% wrong, but taking accountability is the first step to an honest, great person. So there you go. Do you stream every day? I don't stream every day, so I stream every Thursday and Friday at the moment. As soon as I turn consistently profitable, I am going to start streaming every day. But until then, like, I need a few days of the week, like, to just be in my own thoughts, and not have to like share my losses with the world, you know? Like, I don't mind doing it twice a week, but obviously at the moment I'm still learning, like I'm still getting into my stride with everything and becoming consistent. So yeah. give me strategy. I learned my strategy off a guy called Ivan Trades. You can check him out and learn it. It's on his YouTube channel. He's someone who I met in Miami, and he was like, you have to learn fibs, like it'll change your life. And I thought he was chatting shit, but he actually wasn't. Like, it's actually changed my whole perspective on the market, so I'll give that to him. In which country do you live? I live in the UK. Guys, this is the most viewers I've ever had on a stream. This is so fun. So happy to have you all here. Right, we're getting really close to 11 here, guys. I'm not really vibing with this. I'm gonna call that a day. I'm not taking anything past 11. It's just not really too optimal. I feel like a nice long setup will present in PM session. Whether I will look at my charts during PM session, I don't think I will, because I'm going to the spa. So that takes priority over any longs, unfortunately. I may have a look at my phone and just see. No, I won't. Like, I actually need to relax. I actually don't know how to relax. But yeah, my ideal setup here would have been a retracement to 0.5 and a continuation to 0.5 of this huge imbalance leg that we have. But unfortunately, that did not present before 11, which is fine. I didn't really expect it to be honest. I do expect longs for PM session. Now that we've kind of swept out all the major liquidity and we've got some buy side building up, we've got unfilled hourly gap above us that if we do want to continue lower, I think we'll want to tap into anyway. So I think buys for PM session would be optimal, but who knows what may happen. I'm not personally going to be looking at PM session, I don't think. I think I'm going to call it a day here after my 6.5R dub. 6.5R dub that we took in pre-market, and the open carried us to TP, full TP. I took off manually when ES took out London low. Obviously, we did come down a lot more and I would have made generational wealth, but that's fine. Can you show us some fibs, how it works? Yeah, for sure. So I do just want to note that I've learned everything about fibs off Ivan Trades. If you want a link to his YouTube channel, just join the Discord and I'll send it over to you. My Discord's free, by the way. But I've learned everything that I know off him. He has loads of videos on his model and fibs and how to use them. So you really want to like get deep into the depths of fibs, he's your person. So you have two types of fibs. I did go over this earlier in the stream, so I apologize if you were already here for that and you've got to listen to me go over it again. But anyway, so you have two types of fibs that you can use. You have an OTE fib, which you can use for entries, and you have a manipulation fib, which you can use for projections. So as you can see here, this is my manipulation fib. We manipulated below this low as if we were carrying on bearish, and then we reversed. So this is my manipulation fib. And as you can see, I projected that out. I saw a rejection off negative 2.5. A rejection off negative 2.5 or negative 4 are optimal for taking reversals. So I would call this a reversal because we were in a consistent uptrend. We hit negative 2.5 from this manipulation fib, and then we literally tanked. So that is what gave me extra confirmation for my entry to take shorts right here. So to draw a manipulation fib, we are drawing from present time to past time, and we are drawing from wick to body. So we have this swing high right here, so you would think that I would draw it to this wick, but we are drawing it to the highest body out of the three candles that are involved in the swing high. So in this case, this is the highest body of the three. So I'm drawing it from this wick down here to a past body. And as you can see, that gets me my 2.5, which was actually more precise than I thought. And then I thought us rejecting out of negative 2.5. ES was rejecting out of negative 3.25, as well as the consequent encroachment of this unfilled gap that we have. So ES is rejecting from an optimal area. NQ is rejecting from an optimal area just after sweeping out London high as well. So now I'm saying, okay, I want to find an entry. I can see that we are rejecting nicely. We have nice bearish displacement candles. So I draw out my OTE fib. So I draw this from high to low. So I draw this from present to future. I draw this from high to low. And I personally got my entry at 0.5. It's slightly below 0.5 because I was slow. But yeah, my optimal entry would have been right here. And that would have increased my R's significantly. But anyways, yeah, I wasn't really like paying attention until I saw this and I was like, wow, okay. So that is how I got my entry. I took full take profit around down here. And yeah, that's how I draw my fibs. Do you have any signal group? I don't have a signal group. I don't believe in signal groups. Please learn for yourself. It'll be so worth it in the long term. In the past, I've used the manipulation fib as a way to find a target to trade to. I also use it as a target, but let's say like I came onto my charts at like 8:30 and I can see, okay, we're in an uptrend. I'm going to go to the bottom to see where we're potentially going to reverse so I could maybe get in on that. So that's what basically happened here. And because I was bearish on the day, I could see we were in an uptrend. So I was like hoping to catch a reversal rather than continuation because my overall bias was bearish. But I do use the manipulation fibs for like draws on liquidity as well. Like let's say a manipulation fib lines up with session liquidity, previous daily high, midnight open, something like that. Like that's really optimal for me to target as well. Like here, I really liked Asia low because we had negative 3.5 just below it. We had all of these kind of surrounding it. So I was like pretty confident that we'd come around here. But I did take my final contract off manually because I'd just seen that ES had swept London low and they were both kind of in close proximity. But I've seen NQ manipulate like literally edge session liquidity so many times recently. So I was like, I am just going to take it off myself. Do you always enter pre-market or it depends? So recently I've been trading a lot of pre-market. Usually like I'll be in and out of a trade like around here, but we were just kind of chopping today. Most of the time I will wait for us to sweep out London high or London low before taking a trade because this really helps me understand the bias. So here, like as we were coming down, like if I'd come on my charts here and wanted to trade before we'd swept out either side, it kind of looks like we're coming to London low. So I could anticipate us coming to London low. But as you can see here from this fib, this manipulation fib, we rejected out of -4, like literally from a single wick, and then we reversed to London high. So I usually wait for a sweep of either side, and then it's easier to understand where we're going. So if this happens at 6 o'clock, then I'll trade here, but obviously it happened at 8:30, so I had to hold my trade through market open, which I don't like doing, but I was really, really far away from my break-even point anyways. Like this is 9:30, so this is where we opened. Like I was a hefty amount away anyways. Can we use also projection to 2.5 for OTE, right? I'm not too sure what you mean. Be honest. If you guys have any more questions about fibs, I'm going to hop off in a sec because I have been on stream now for 2.5 hours and I just need to get on with some other stuff. But I'm going to be live again at the same time tomorrow. So you can join up and ask me any questions then as well. Are you in Ivan's Discord or how did you learn his fib strategy? I'm in his Discord, yes. But he has a ton of shit off his YouTube. I've learned most of it off his YouTube, to be honest, because he's a busy guy. So yeah, his YouTube videos are really, really useful. He literally posts a trade recap pretty much every day. So they're really useful for understanding like the fibs actually put into context. For target, yeah, I would use 2.5 as a target. Or if like, I would use any of my projections as a target if they line up with another confluence like session liquidity or previous daily high or midnight open. But I would use 2.5 or 4 as a target, like even without that, because those are like the most high probability. Okay guys, I'm gonna hop off now because I've been yapping away for 2.5 hours. Thank you so much for joining. I've literally had the most viewers I've ever had, which is crazy. I really appreciate you all joining in for the 6.5 hour trade. We hit an absolute banger today. Did miss out on generational wealth, but that's fine. Yeah, I appreciate you all, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. I'll be live at the exact same time.